The ongoing supercell with the hook echo right here in between Kasi and Reagan, making its way to the east. Meanwhile, Kasi, you're about to get that large hail in there very quickly. It really is almost into town and could still be in that order of golf ball to hen egg size hail. But this part of the storm right here is what we're going to be watching very closely to make sure that this doesn't pose any further hazard out to the east. But last word we got was a tornado in progress near Reagan. So let's treat it like that's still the case as it approaches these areas on 14. So let's zoom in again really quick.
Another one too. This is a brief multi-vortex tornado on the ground at 6:45, so just a minute ago, halfway between Kasi and Bremond on 14.
So they're probably on 14 looking west.
More than likely.
Okay.
And that's a brief multi-vortex tornado. It makes sense with that broader circulation.
Sure. It's probably that whole thing is spinning, and what it could be doing is putting down those funnels intermittently. It's not good to hear that it's a tornado. It's, I guess, at least a better news that they said it's brief, so it could be something that's touching down and going back up. They didn't say it was continuous, at least not in that report, and maybe I'm reading too much into it. But again, we have reports now of, at the very least, intermittent tornadoes with this coming down under a broadly rotating mesocyclone, and that rotation is able to tighten up in spots and produce some of these tornadoes. They're hopefully on the weaker side, but it doesn't matter. Weak tornado does damage, and we've seen that time and time again in the past. And everyone in the path of this particular storm need to be taking it seriously and seeking shelter for that very reason. So with that in mind, let's go in real close because I want to get to 14. And this is where the storm is, but let's talk about where it's going. So do we have any county roads or farm market roads on 14 or just east of 14? Because this is going to be next up. So if we have intermittent touchdowns, it's going to be getting into the area of County Road 278 and County Road 283 very soon. So this is where it is, but this is where it's going and could be there in a matter of minutes. So if you're watching on County Road 269 west of 14, hopefully you're already in that storm shelter because it's pretty much on top of you. But you need to get to that shelter now if you're going to be east of 14 out here along the county line. And again, some county roads like that, 278, 283, you need to be in that shelter if you're not already. What we have now is a situation that sounds like tornadoes coming and going with this thunderstorm as it moves to the east, and the rotation still suggests that. In fact,
it's a little old, but it's still there.
It is. And in fact, it's certainly the colors still stand out. We've got rotation that's obvious, very clearly rotating thunderstorm, and also the colors are closer together. In fact, touching right here, brighter colors really coming together where we would have seen that report earlier. My guess is the report was saying that they were probably at the intersection of 413, and that was the fire department.
More than likely.
Yeah, because the storm wasn't there yet, and it was working their way to them. So hopefully the firefighters are in a safe place because that storm is coming at that intersection and is pretty much over top of it now. So hopefully they're getting out of the way or have already made their way out of harm's way as this comes on in. So as this continues, again, we have reports of perhaps some touchdowns there, at the very least brief tornado touchdowns, and it could be something that's more sustained than that as this works through areas, rural areas of far eastern Falls County.